What if I told you that 3 zodiac signs carry an emotional gravity so strong, they never truly let you go? They don't just leave scars. They burn memories into your soul. They alter how you love forever. Sounds dramatic? It is. But it's also scientifically and astrologically valid. Today, we're uncovering the top 3 zodiac signs that imprint themselves on your heart so deeply, you can't fully move on, no matter how many years pass, no matter how many new loves arrive, no matter how strong you think you are. Once you've loved one of these 3 signs, they stay, they linger, they echo. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Because this isn't about heartbreak, it's about emotional legacies you didn't ask for. But that changed you forever. Let's dive in. Scorpio, the zodiac's emotional black hole, a sign whose depth is both alluring and intimidating. Their presence is magnetic, drawing you in with a force that feels almost otherworldly. When they love, you aren't just a partner. You become part of their soul's architecture, woven into the very fabric of their being. It's a connection that feels fated, almost cosmic in its intensity. According to astrologers across the board, Scorpio is the hardest sign to get over. Their impact lingers long after the relationship ends, haunting your memories. Their intensity isn't casual, it's elemental, like fire or water, shaping everything it touches. They feel with seismic force, every emotion amplified, every joy and heartbreak echoing through your life. Betrayal from Scorpio cuts like a fault line, splitting your world in two and leaving aftershocks that last for years. But worse, they never fully release your imprint. You remain a part of their story just as they remain in yours. They hold on to those feelings and so do you. The connection is never truly severed, no matter how much time passes. It starts with a shared laugh, a spark that ignites something deep and unforgettable. It ends with a fight over nothing, yet both moments feel extraordinary, charged with meaning and impossible to forget. Your memories with them aren't fleeting. They frame how you love anyone else, setting a standard that's hard to match. Think you've moved on, until a song, a scent, or a stray message drags you back into that Scorpio moment. Their emotional geography lingers, mapping itself onto your heart. And it's not just nostalgia, it's a living, breathing presence that colors your world. It's a gravitational pull that warps your universe, forever altering the way you experience love and loss. Then there's Taurus, earthbound, rooted, immovable. They are the anchor in the storm, the steady ground beneath your feet when everything else feels uncertain. Taurus is the sign that brings a sense of calm and reliability, always present, always dependable. Taurus builds not just relationships but foundations, trust, ritual, comfort. They create a world where you feel safe, where every day is woven with small acts of care and devotion. They don't just enter your life, they take part in your daily landscape, becoming part of your habits, your routines, your sense of home. Forget fireworks. Taurus love is steady, sensual, consistent. It's the warmth you count on, the gentle touch that never wavers, the comfort that lingers. But when that steady becomes steady absence, everything feels like a rift, a quiet ache that seeps into the everyday. According to astrology experts, Taurus consistently ranks among the most difficult signs to forget. Their presence lingers, haunting the spaces they once filled. And it's no surprise, because their love imprints in very practical ways. Warm blankets, shared routines, morning coffee on the same side of the bed, laughter echoing in the kitchen. But when it's gone, those routines are empty shells, reminders of what once was, now hollow and silent. The comfort is gone too, replaced by a quiet longing that settles in the corners of your home. You don't even realize what's missing, until the pillow feels off, the breakfast tastes stale, and your world feels small without that Taurus presence beside you. Their departure isn't dramatic, it's quiet. But the echo, deafening, lingering in every silent room and every memory you revisit. So what actually connects Scorpio's imprint, Taurus's foundation, and Cancer's emotional archive? Well, they don't just love often, they love deeply across all these different dimensions of emotion. Scorpio, for example, imprints energy on every level, mental, emotional, physical. Taurus, on the other hand, anchors love in routine, comfort, and physical stability. And Cancer? Cancer holds on to memory and vulnerability like, honestly, a fortress. These aren't just people you meet. They're experiences you become part of, transformatively. Psychological studies confirm that high-intensity emotional experiences can actually change your brain wiring, especially if they happen during periods of vulnerability, and these signs, they really turbocharge that intensity, creating permanent neural pathways associated with them. So, that means you don't just remember them, you remember more because of them. Here are some signs that one of these signs still has emotional resonance in your heart. Maybe you find yourself rereading old messages, or certain places just make your heart ache, like your favorite coffee shop, the beach, or those late-night walks. You might even build new relationships based on how they felt. Legs crossed like Taurus, intensity like Scorpio, nostalgia like Cancer. Sometimes deep compassion with new partners just goes sideways because you expect them to understand you like they did. Those are emotional breadcrumbs that tell you, pretty clearly, the past is still living in your present. It won't be easy, but these practices can help you step out of their shadow and begin to heal. First, write to them, unsent. Let your words flow freely, without worrying about how they might react or respond. Journal everything you never said, including love, anger, forgiveness, and even the things you wish you could have changed. This is your space to be honest and raw. Just say it privately, without expectation or fear of judgment. Speaking your truth out loud, even to an empty room, can be surprisingly powerful. Next, create a new anchor. Develop rituals without them, small acts that remind you of your own presence and strength. Join a class, paint, run, meditate, anything that fills the emotional hole left by their routines. Explore new interests and let yourself be curious about what brings you joy now. Then, set emotional distance. You don't have to go no contact, but it's important to reassess what triggers show them power over you. Notice which interactions or reminders pull you back emotionally. It could be late-night scrolling, photos, shared places, so limit your exposure. Anchor in new comforts and let go of what keeps you stuck in the past. Replace routines like weekly check-ins or joint Netflix nights with something completely yours. Mini travels, workshops, hobbies, or quiet moments of self-discovery. And if you can't shake the memories, consider professional support. There's no shame in reaching out for help when you need it. An astrologer or therapist can guide you through intentional eclipse rituals, both psychological and cosmic, helping you process and release what no longer serves you. You can reclaim your emotional space, bit by bit, with patience and self-compassion until you feel whole again. So now you know, Scorpio, Taurus, Cancer, the emotional trinity you just can't easily forget. But tomorrow we ask a new question: which 3 zodiac signs you will forget, and how quickly? Go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell, because whether love sticks or slips away, it's always written in the stars. Thank you for diving into the cosmic depths with me. If this resonated, leave a comment with your story. You might just free someone else who's stuck in that emotional echo.